Hello and welcome back to another edition of Applied History. We're back again today with Nate Sylvia here on 20 Orange Street. And today we are going to talk about paint stripping with an infrared gun. Take it away.
Another good way to remove paint is through heat. You can use a heat gun or you can use an infrared. The heat gun sometimes heats it up too much and will start to burn the wood. The infrared stripper keeps it at a moderate temperature. I'm not sure what that number is, but it keeps it from burning. Again, a slow but very detailed way to strip paint off. It will get probably as clean as the chemical strip that we did the other day. Same tools are used, same profile scrapers, edges, with the grain always.
Cool.
Finish it off with sandpaper.
So if I heard you right, the infrared is going to be safer than using a traditional heat gun.
Correct.
Because it's a lower, slower cook than if you had a high pressure heat gun.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so show us how this works.
Safer for you.
I noticed on the bottom, if you can show the camera, there's two pins right here at the top and the bottom that will prick you.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna stick those into the door?
And this goes in just if you're doing a surface that's not on the workbench.
Okay.
You just can't lay it on it.
Awesome.
So that's another downside is you do have a couple holes you need to fill.
Okay.
Once you're done with it.
We can handle that.
And yeah. And it takes about the same, probably about a minute and a half.
That's all it takes, huh? Just a little push.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Yeah, hopefully it stays.
Cool. So tell us about American Renaissance. When did you start?
Started back in '96.
Yeah.
Me and a friend from college. I've been painting all my life since I was about 13.
Yeah. Newburyport, born and raised?
Not born and raised, but I moved here when I was 12.
Okay.
My best friend in high school's dad owned a painting company, so I slipped into it there.
Port paint?
Nope, quality painting.
Okay.
Clayton Hansen.
All right.
Still going. So yeah, I've been painting ever since.
Since '96.
Since '96.
It's a good
well,
run.
that's since the company started.
Okay.
I probably
Cool.
started painting back in like 89, 90.
And how did you fall into doing historic restoration? How did you become?
When we started, that was all the houses in Newburyport were
By
in dire
default.
need.
Yeah, it's just what you were dealing with.
There was
Right.
barely any new construction going on back
Yeah.
in the early 90s.
Yep.
Everyone was just moving. Gentrification in Newburyport was starting to happen.
Sure.
People started to have some money. They wanted
Yep.
to take care of their
Yep.
historical houses. People started to appreciate what they had.
Yep.
And yeah, it
Yep.
just kind of
Right time, right place.
Went to college, worked my way through painting in the summers, and
Yeah. And so what are some differences between when you're working on a historic house versus the way you approach a modern house?
a lot less prep
Yeah.
on a modern house.
Yeah.
Obviously, just caulk, fill,
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah.
The old houses need some love, a little more time,
Yeah.
more cleaning
Yeah.
prior to painting.
Yeah. But you mentioned earlier, when you do that preparation the right way, now your job's gonna last 10 plus years, 15 years maybe, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And if you don't, that's when you see
Right,
people
right.
having to do it every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. A new construction, easy to get the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Old houses have no venting,
Yeah.
moisture trap like we were speaking about earlier, ways
Yeah.
to make sure you're using the right product that breathes or a product that doesn't breathe, and you want to really encapsulate
Yeah.
what you're working with. So
For example, like we would never want to paint bricks in theory,
You
just
had mentioned that. Yeah.
theoretically speaking.
But we do all the time.
Yeah.
People always want
Yeah.
brick painted.
It's a sore spot. I used to be
Yeah,
a mason.
It seems like
Yeah,
a real
but-
service to the brick, but and it looks like this is really going.
Awesome. Yeah, you can see it bubbling.
Yeah, it's probably been about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yep.
So you can see how much is coming off right there.
You can feel it's pretty hot.
You have to, it only works when it's hot, so you have to move quickly with it. Same tools. Same being very gentle.
Oh, wow.
There we go. But it's already starting to cool down and you can feel
I don't know. I think I got 2 points for the paint stripper.
Right? Stripper, the chemical is definitely used more. And it's just one of those things you got to keep putting it on, taking it off.
I think also the paint stripper was helping with the varnish more too. That also took 25 minutes to cure.
True.
So we're not,
But as this is cooling, you see how it's already starting to harden.
yeah.
So we'll have to put it back on there and
Okay.
give it some more time. You probably won't get it to this point. You could use a combination of chemical after the heat.
Yeah.
But again, it's good for details.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that you're not harming the molding and the details of the ornaments.
Another very gentle way to remove paint.
Yep.
Right there, I did get a little wood off.
So you could actually make one of those custom
Profiles.
profiles
Yeah.
with a spade. Now you wouldn't have to use a neutralizer obviously on this,
Right,
as
correct.
opposed to with the chemicals.
It's just a little more heat.
It's possible to leave this on for too long,
Yes, definitely.
so you have to watch it as you're doing
Right.
it.
For the chemical, you can kind of walk away.
Yeah.
The window's much bigger.
I don't know. I'm on Team Chemical right now.
Right? It's not used too much. The stripper, the infrared, you can see the amount of dust on it from not being used.
All right, so Nate, we see that you have just finished up on the infrared here, and we can notice a couple things. You were able, it seems, to get down to bare. It took
About the same time.
time, a little more labor.
With me putting it on, taking it off,
Yeah.
putting it on, moving it.
Yeah, so a little more labor intensive, but definitely a good option, especially if you either have like dozens of layers, which we've seen,
Always.
and or if you think you might be running into a lead paint situation, you really want to control it and take it off section by section, infrared can be a great tool to have in your bag. And again, this is an infrared gun we were using today. A power regular heat gun would work. You got to be careful if you do that because it's going to be a lot faster, and you got to make sure you're watching it
Catch things on
as
fire.
you go. Yeah. So as you can see, it comes out with a great product at the end of the day. It's still going to work either whether you go with a stripper chemical or infrared. So these are two good options. And then next time, we're going to show you the OG method, just scraping, sanding, and how we would fight through a door like this with the traditional method of scraping. So tune in next time, we'll show you the details. Thanks for sticking with us on Applied History.